All right, guys, welcome back. 1776 or bust. Happy 4th of July weekend, everybody. So on the table, what you guys are going to take a look at today is this little thing right here, this little sweet little looking gun. This is the Sig P365. Now, I've been doing a lot of videos on this gun because I've actually finally got a chance to shoot it. My opinion on the gun was a little mixed. I mean, it's a good, solid gun. I understand why people like it so much. However, I wasn't really convinced it was for me, just for the simple size of it. I didn't feel great about the fact that I just didn't feel comfortable with this on this little tiny grip module. More importantly, I didn't shoot it particularly well, but again, I don't really shoot micro compacts that often. It's not something I carry. I mean, like I said, this is my first time ever even carrying a gun this small. But at the same time, with any gun, there's always the possibility of improving it. And that's something that I'm a big believer in. If you're finding things out there that can improve your handgun, then I would recommend just taking the chance. And sometimes the chances pay off, sometimes they don't. But that's why we do reviews on YouTube, so you guys can take a look at these things before you decide to spend your hard-earned money on it. So today we're gonna kind of briefly go over this again. This is their P365 module, and this is their earlier rendition of it. So I don't think this is going to be what you guys will find, but you'll notice that the texturing was kind of like a flat cubed texturing. While it did offer a little bit more grip bite, I guess you could say, it's still, again, in my last video, I said it was probably my little tidbit in regards to negativity on this was the fact that it just didn't feel aggressive enough, and that if they just improved the aggressiveness on the texturing, then it would actually be even better. So fast forward a week, and they sent me out this thing. Now, what you're looking at here, this is their P365 XL hybrid. Now, they have 3 modules right now for the 365. They have the 365 hybrid, they have the XL hybrid, and now they have the XL Pro. Now, the XL Pro is for those folks out there who have the 365 XL slide, which is longer with the optic cut on the top. It actually has the 365 XL grip length, but it also now comes with a Picatinny rail that extends all the way out to the end of the slide, as opposed to the slide leaning over the rail. So that's just something for you guys to take a look at if you're interested. Now, this one I kind of wanted to test out because, again, I like the 365. I get why so many people like it. However, for me, I was a little bit hesitant in regards to the size. So they did send this out, first off, so I could show it and showcase it to all of you, which you can see is just freaking beautiful. But more importantly, so I can maybe develop a love for this gun. So I don't have magazines for it just yet. I am working on something with that on the side. So once that comes in, I will definitely do a video if it works, but I'm not going to say more than that. And hopefully Bald and Curious will actually donate a magazine to me for a little while so I can actually test this and shoot it, because I cannot find 365 XL magazines with the 10-round capacity anywhere right now, which is great. But let's take a look at this frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. All right, there we go. And what you guys are looking at here is their hybrid XL. So this is their OD green. I had one in obviously the coyote-ish, FDE-ish color, and now there's this one in the OD green. They also have it in tungsten, which looks pretty sweet. And but I wanted to do a little different, so I said, could you maybe make it OD green? They said, sure. So you can see, and we do this comparison really quick of the 2 modules, you'll notice that there is quite a substantial size difference. I mean, you're talking an extra finger length on the lower here. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the difference between a 365 and a 365 XL, you're looking at the difference. To me, this package that you see right here is a little bit more advantageous for us folks with larger hands. Now, if you have small hands, or if you're maybe a female shooter, this would be probably substantial enough for you. For me, it just felt a little too odd, a little too uncomfortable. However, based on my analysis, I know, big word, right, guys? My analysis here is that this makes a huge difference. You don't get this really wicked cut at the bottom here, so it feels like this gun is really molded to my hand quite well. The added addition to that grip makes the gun much more comfortable. As a matter of fact, it makes the gun feel much more balanced, in my opinion. And I have to say, the additional weight of the aluminum lower, to me, makes all the difference in the world. Now, some people may say, but why are you going to do this? Why are you going to add weight to a micro carry when they're built for ultimate concealability? And while you may have a point with that, I'm more comfortable carrying a gun that I know I can handle very well, which allows me to get a full grip, and then on top of that, the additional weight to mitigate any type of really recoil that you may feel in a gun of this size. Now, Icarus Precision has done a great job mimicking the 365 lowers. They are spot on. I mean, there is absolutely nothing, in my opinion, that really shows that they've done something dramatically different to the way those grips feel, because those grips are pretty darn good to begin with. You know, I think they may have cut a little bit more of an undercut here, which I think is a better design, especially, like I said, for people with bigger hands, fatter fingers. You want to be able to get that knuckle just by that undercut. And I will tell you, it does feel like there's more room in here for my middle finger knuckle. Again, it's a rounded trigger guard, just like the original. So if you're one of those people who shoots like this, I don't know if it's going to work for you. I don't do that. But one of the things I did notice, and I think this is the biggest change from this one to this one, is the texturing on the grip. So I'm going to hold this up close to the camera and hopefully you can see it. But you guys will notice that this pattern here is more of a diamond pattern on the gun. So it does add a little bit more texturing to the grip, or a little bit more of that bite that people would be looking for. Now, one of the things I will tell you is that it is aggressive, but it is not overly aggressive. So you're not going to hurt your hands. You're not going to rub your fat belly or anything with the grip. But I will say that it is very, very secure in my hand as of now. Now, I will tell you, once I shoot it, I will give you more feedback on that to see if anything I felt was different, if I felt that the gun was slipping too much, whatever it might be. But as of now, it actually feels a lot better texturing than this one does, because, again, it's more of that diamond pattern. Again, the fit and finish here, I think, is really good. One of the things that I always check out if they send something like this to me would be to see if you see any machining, any tooling marks, anything in regards to burring at all, where you may get a hang up or something may not be working. I will tell you right now that when this frame came to me, it was spotless. There was no marks that I could see. I mean, there might be some minor tooling marks in this area here, but again, it's covered up very well with this Cerakote. And again, it is so super smooth. There's nothing here that's going to catch on you. The bottoms here, one of the things I did notice with this, with the magwell, is that they are slightly flared out, which is kind of interesting. They are a little thin, so I would want to keep an eye on this to see if this bends at all. It would be interesting to see what happens over the length of it through its lifetime, but we're going to put it to the test. I mean, I'm going to see. This is probably going to wind up being my carry gun for the summer, just because of the way this grip changed the gun dynamics for me in regards to the size. Trigger control, everything looks good on this gun. But more importantly, everything is within reach, but at the same time doesn't promote this idea of locking the slide back, not locking the slide back when you're shooting it. One of the things I thought it would happen, because the gun was so small, is that I have a problem always activating this. But even on the small module, this one right here, I noticed that I didn't even have that problem. The takedown lever right here, no problem. It operates, it runs smoothly. There's no issues. Again, the slide will rack right on. Let me just fix that right there. Did it lock? Didn't lock. Now it locked. But everything works. I mean, it is sweet. It is a very sweet gun. I have to say, I never thought I'd say this, guys, but I have to say that this 365 with this lower on here is so much different than the small one. Now, what are my opinions about this overall? So I've been accused of being a shill for Icarus Precision. I will address that quickly. No, I'm not. Secondly, the reason why I'm promoting this product is because I do believe in it. First off, these guys are doing something innovative. This is not something you see every day. If you guys recall, a couple of months ago, I had talked about wanting to start owning guns that had aluminum lowers with the uppers that are steel, obviously, and striker fired. You know, I own plenty of P01s, so I don't really need another hammer version of those guns. But I was saying, if gun businesses would actually start making aluminum lowers, striker fired handguns, people would buy them. And so far, we haven't really seen that much. However, Icarus Precision is on it. They're doing all different types of things for the SIG. And obviously, the SIG is super easy to work for because everything is removable. So you don't have, again, the serialized part is the actual trigger assembly and everything. So they don't have a problem, making these things. And the modularity of the SIG works perfectly for it. So right now, they have them for the 365 line. They have them for the 320 carries, the 320 M18, M17. They have it for the competition length slides. So they're working on a whole different bunch of these types of lowers that, to me, change the dynamic of the gun completely. I am happy to say that when I have this in my hand, this feels like a classic CZ to me. Why? Because you got the aluminum and you got the steel. It is a much different gun in regards to carrying and also to shooting when you feel that. There's something more, I think, positive when a gun owner has a piece of metal in their hand, the entire thing, versus polymer. Not that I'm saying polymer is bad, because I own a ton of them, but at the same time, this is a refreshing thing to do, and that's why I'm supporting them. Yes, it's expensive, but remember, these guys are new to the market, and they are starting to push products, and they're changing designs rapidly. So that initial investment on their part is going to cost people money to buy those products. However, over time, if this company gets big and they start selling more of these, guess what? These lowers will become cheaper. There's a sale going on right now. You should check that out. I highly recommend them. Once I get some magazines and I have something coming in, like I said, I'm going to be working with. Hopefully it'll work to be able to change these out, but we're going to see. But overall, I am supporting this company because they are new to the industry. They're doing a hell of a job making these products work and making them pretty darn awesome right out of the boxes, guys. So tell me what you think below. Love to hear those comments. Please give us a thumbs up if you choose to. If not, no problem. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe. And as always, everyone, appreciate the United States, because freedom, it's never free.